Isaiah Berlin's The Hedgehog and the Fox begins with a simple but intriguing idea. The fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. This ancient Greek fragment sets the stage for an exploration of two fundamentally different ways of thinking. Hedgehogs focus on one grand, unifying vision, while foxes embrace a complexity, navigating a world of many smaller insights. Berlin uses this metaphor to explore a deeper question: how we, as humans, grapple with reality. His essay isn't just a playful exercise in categorization, it's a profound investigation into the limits of human understanding and the tensions between simplicity and complexity in how we see the world. One of Berlin's central examples is Leo Tolstoy. Tolstoy, Berlin argues, embodies the paradox of a fox who longs to become a hedgehog. He's fascinated by the messy details of human life, the unpredictable moments, the emotions, the relationships, yet he yearns for a single unifying truth that will make sense of it all. For Tolstoy, history becomes a prime battlefield for these ideas. In the 19th century, it was fashionable to approach history as a science, to look for laws that explain why events unfolded the way they did. But Tolstoy rejected this approach as superficial. He believed that history wasn't a grand, directional narrative but a chaotic patchwork of countless individual actions, shaped by forces so vast and intricate that no single mind could ever comprehend them. Take Napoleon, for instance. Many historians of Tolstoy's time portrayed him as a brilliant strategist, shaping the course of history through sheer genius. But in War and Peace, Tolstoy dismantles this myth. He portrays Napoleon not as a master of events, but as a man swept along by them, as powerless as anyone else in the face of history's relentless tide. For Tolstoy, the conceit of controlling history, or even fully understanding it, was both dangerous and delusional. Events, he believed, are shaped by a web of minute, almost imperceptible causes, so complex that they defy any attempt to fit them into neat theories or patterns. This skepticism extended to the idea of free will. Tolstoy argued that we only believe in free will because we don't see the deeper forces shaping our actions. Echoing the philosopher Spinoza, he suggested that what we feel like choice is often just ignorance of causality. In this view, freedom is a comforting illusion, and life unfolds according to an inexorable logic that we can't fully perceive. Yet Tolstoy wasn't entirely cynical. His characters often experience moments of profound clarity, not in the sense of uncovering universal truths, but in grasping the interconnectedness of their circumstances. These moments of insight aren't about grand revelations, they're about accepting the flow of life as it is. Berlin calls this a sense of reality, an intuitive understanding of what fits with what, of how things work in the world, even when logic and science fall short. Berlin admired this aspect of Tolstoy's thought. He saw it as a form of wisdom, not rooted in abstract knowledge, but in a deep sensitivity to life's contours. This wisdom is practical, grounded, and often unspoken, something closer to what we might call common sense, though it's anything but simple. And yet, Tolstoy's life and work were marked by profound tension. He rejected the idea of a unifying principle behind life, yet he desperately longed for one. He saw the grand theories of his time, whether scientific, historical, or mystical, as inadequate, but he couldn't help searching for something greater, something that could tie it all together. Berlin sees this tension as tragic. Tolstoy's unparalleled ability to capture the complexity of life came at the cost of peace with himself. He couldn't accept the limits of human understanding, yet he couldn't escape them either. His skepticism extended so far that even his own insights seemed to torment him, leaving him caught between the world as it is and the world as he wished it could be. Berlin suggests that we, too, live in a life that resists simple explanations. Reality isn't something we can fully grasp, no matter how clever or observant we are. But perhaps wisdom lies not in resolving this tension, but in embracing it. We can aspire to the fox's curiosity and openness, exploring the many facets of life, while still admiring the hedgehog's dedication to a single vision. The key, Berlin seems to say, is humility, an acceptance of our limitations and a willingness to keep searching, even when the answer seems just out of reach. In the end, the hedgehog and the fox isn't about choosing sides. It's about recognizing the value of both perspectives and the importance of navigating the world with a sense of wonder, balance, and above all, realism. Perhaps that's the greatest insight of all.